You're watching Talk of the Town on Cambridge Cable TV 2 and in New Concord on Orbit TV 9.
Coming up on this edition of the show, we'll find out what's going on in New Concord from Village Administrator Charlotte Colley. Alicia Amato joins me from People to People, and I talk with Dominic Crock, the Director of Rehab Services from Southeastern Med. It's all ahead on this edition of Talk of the Town.
From the U.S. Bank Studios, it's Talk of the Town with Perry Baranich.
Welcome to a brand new edition of Talk of the Town, coming to you as always from U.S. Bank Studio in beautiful downtown Cambridge. And I want to take this opportunity to thank U.S. Bank for allowing us to be here and utilize this room, and it just works out great. I like it. All right, my first guest for this show is Charlotte Colley. She has been the Village Administrator of New Concord since 2014. It's good to have you on the show. First off, it's good to meet you.
Yes, good to meet you too.
And I'm glad you could come up.
Oh, definitely. I'm happy to do it.
As we're taping this show, the roads were a little bit dicey out there today, but you said they're pretty good right now.
Yeah,
so.
They're not bad at all. Our crews in New Concord do an excellent job keeping everything straightened around, and we say we live in a bubble in New Concord.
Yeah.
And, you know, so the roads were wonderful. Sidewalks were a little slippery, parking lots, but it wasn't bad.
It wasn't too bad at all. So let's start off by sharing a little bit about your life. Who is Charlotte Colley? And then we'll move into what does a village administrator do.
Gotcha. So I'm originally from Chandlersville.
Okay.
I grew up there, went to Philo High School, attended Muskingum College before it was university, got my Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Muskingum, went to Miami University and received my Master's in Political Science.
Wow, great.
And then did a little bit of work as a local government consultant, worked all over the country, spent a lot of time in California during the Vallejo and San Jose bankruptcy time frame. So I worked with those two cities and a lot of places in Colorado, and then came back to Ohio and worked for the city of Dublin for about 5.5 years. And then with the city of New Albany for a little over a year before coming back to New Concord and taking this position. So it's great to be home. I'm happy. My family is here. My kids love it. Their grandparents are 15, 30 minutes away, respectively, and it's a good place to be.
That would tell me, since you've been so many different places, that you are familiar with infrastructures and you know how they work. Little bit of is it a difference between a major city hub as opposed to what you say we live in a bubble here in New Concord? Smaller? Is it smaller
definitely.
scale?
It's a smaller scale. My majority of my local government experience was in the Columbus metropolitan area, and the city of Columbus obviously handles some of the major infrastructure like sewer and water.
Yeah.
The metro suburb cities, they handled a little bit of it, but they worked in conjunction with Columbus. New Concord, we take care of all of it. We provide the water, we collect the sewer, we take care of the roadways, the street trees, and make sure that our finances are kept in check, and our fire department and police department do a great job providing public safety services to the community. So, it's definitely different because we're not so tightly connected with communities that butt up against us. We have a little ways to go before we hit Zanesville or Cambridge, but it's a nice difference. It's definitely a culture change, and I think it's a good culture change. It's a nice, quiet, family-friendly area that has a lot of charm and a lot of potential.
And that attracts so many people for those specific points. It's family friendly, it's quiet, it's charming. We don't have the high crime rates as they do in a major city, and that's very attractive to people.
It definitely is. It's a good place to raise a family. It's a good place to retire. Overall, cost of living is so much lower. You can find a nice place and not break the bank.
You really can.
So it's a good place to be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Let's talk about 2016 in the Village of New Concord. I know, let's do a little recap. We try to do that this time of the year.
Okay, so 2016 in New Concord was a great year. We had a lot of success, and especially in council. We had two new faces on Village Council, Bob Byer and Aaron Stevick were new to council. They've done a terrific job. Our new mayor, Brett Essex, just completed his first year, and he as well is doing fantastic, and we're happy to have him. As far as projects go, we finished a lighting project on the west end of town that caused a little bit of inconvenience, shall we say, during the project, but now it looks fabulous and people really seem to like it.
The inconveniences are always worth it in the long run.
They really are. They really are. We created a new playground up at our Upper Reservoir Park. Not a lot of people know about that park, but it's a great place to take the family, go for walks, do a little bit of fishing. And now we have a playground, so if people want to go up for family reunions or picnics, there's a place for the kids to play. We dedicated the park to John Morrow and to Donna Newberry because they were such great community members, and since they've passed, we wanted to memorialize what they've done for us. As far as the budget goes, we're in great shape. We were...
That's always good to hear.
Oh, yeah.
It's always good to hear.
Yes, so we were up on revenues, and we were able to keep our spending in check. Things are looking really good. You know, community events-wise, we've done a lot with our community events. The boys' basketball team won the state championship, so that was really exciting. We had a really cool block party afterwards, and then we've over the summer we always have lots of community events like the Celebrate New Concord series, the family movie night in the park, Fireman's Festival. The police department does a bike rodeo, things like that. So we really try to work with our community partners to keep some neat things for folks to do in town. You know, and then this year the police department actually did a really great thing with the school district. They worked with other groups to put together a mock crash and a mock trial before prom as a way to help to show the kids what the consequences are for drunk driving. So they've done some really neat things with the community as well.
Yeah, hands-on is always the best teacher like
Definitely.
We've got about 45 seconds, which means that, you know, we're going to have you come back on and talk more. But, you know, just major project for 2017. What are you looking for in the closing minutes that we have?
We are going to be constructing a replacement groundwater storage tank. The one that we have currently is extremely old. It's brick, it's leaking, and we've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that we can replace that piece of infrastructure and keep our water system sound.
Will you come back on?
Definitely.
We have a lot more because I know there are a lot of projects that are going to be coming up, you know, close to the interstate. All of that stuff is going on. So we'll have you back on and we'll catch up with that.
Okay, well, thank
you. Charlotte
you.
Colley, thank you so much, the Village Administrator for the Village of New Concord. Hey, after an ABC Community Calendar update and some words from our sponsors, it's today's Shopper Showcase.
Talk of the Town will be right back.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge location full of educational resources and toys that teach, as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
Time for today's Shopper Showcase, and boy, you owe it to yourself to stop at Old Country Loft. Do you know that? New arrivals will be taking center stage all month long at the Loft. Just unpacked, punched tin shower curtain hooks, say that 3 times fast, and soap dispenser like you see right here. The first of many curtains shown in popular magazines are on display and include a much requested Live, Laugh, and Love, and that's pretty cool. Stop by frequently to see new arrivals because with Ruth, she gets new stuff in all the time. That's Old Country Loft, 274 West Main Street, Byesville, the big red building by the railroad track. And if there's something you see at Old Country Loft, you ought to buy it when you see it because it doesn't sit around. I mean, she moves stuff out of there to be able to bring new stuff in. So that's what we love about it. I think we're good. The big red building by the railroad tracks. That's today's Shopper Showcase. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Cambridge is more than just a town. This is our home.
Supporting downtown Cambridge means shopping at the places we love with the people we love.
For the stuff we can't get anywhere else.
Food that tastes like home.
And personal service from people who know your name.
The money we spend here will keep our town growing.
Let's all shop small for our town.
The home we love.
And the uniqueness that makes Cambridge
a great place to live, work, and play.
Cambridge Classic Ford in downtown Cambridge prides themselves on offering the largest inventory and the best customer service in the area. Visit their lot and experience the Classic Difference. The Classic Difference provides customers a service above and beyond what you'll find anywhere else. Their service department, body shop, and parts department strive for the best service and pricing in southeastern Ohio. Stop by the lot and browse their large selection of new and pre-owned inventory, ask about easy financing, or schedule an oil change. That's Cambridge Classic Ford in downtown Cambridge. Stop by and experience the Classic Difference for yourself.
For a show schedule of upcoming guests and to watch past episodes, go to yourradioplace.com.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for watching Talk of the Town. And you can always watch our show at yourradioplace.com.
That's right.
Right there on the front page.
Find us on Facebook.
And find us on Facebook, too. How about that?
That's right.
My next guest is Alicia Amato. She is the Director of People to People, and so glad to have you in.
Thanks.
I'm always saying this, Happy New Year, because we're right into this new part of the year, but Happy New Year to you.
You too.
For folks who don't know what People to People is all about, we always start with this. What are you all about?
We are a local mental health agency. We are a for-profit agency. We provide mental health services to adults, children, families, individuals, couples, you name it. All ages, all ranges.
You've been there 9 years, correct?
It'll be 9 years this year,
You're
yes.
starting on your 9th year. So, when you're talking about a mental health agency, there are all kind of different degrees and just all kind of different levels that you deal with, isn't it?
Yes. We have some social workers on staff. We also have counselors on staff, and then we also offer case management services. So,
you made a comment that has just kind of stuck with me right now. You said, a lot of us live in our head.
yes.
And the more I think about that, the more I agree with that. Yeah, we do. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, a lot of us spend a lot of time in our minds thinking about, what am I supposed to do tomorrow, or what happened, the something I did 3 weeks ago and how that's impacted other people. And so instead of being in the moment, experiencing what's going on, we're so busy worried about what's coming or what's already happened to us that we can't experience what's going on currently.
You liken that, again, this stuck with me, between a human and a dog. A dog pretty much lives in the moment, don't they?
Yes. And a lot of our children live in the moment. They don't really think about, if you think about a 2-year-old, they bang into something, they pick them up, dust them off, and they're moving on to the next thing. They don't think about, oh, I shouldn't have run into that, or if I would have went this way. They don't care. They just keep right on moving into life.
What are some of the causes for that? What, just in your experience, what can cause us living in our heads and living,
Well, we're human beings, and it's normal for us to live in our head. I mean, that's, one of the things we were teaching and I was talking to you about is being mindful, being in the moment. And that's, being aware of what you hear, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, tasting, feeling at that moment. And so, and what you'll find is even if you're focused on what's going on in the moment, a lot of times you'll end up back in your head of, okay, now tomorrow I need to have everything ready to go.
We all do it.
Yes.
And we all do it a lot.
Very much.
The busier you are, the more you do that.
Yeah, and they talk about when you're at work, you're worried about what's going on at home, and when you're at home, you're worried about what's going to happen at work the next day. And so instead of just being when you're at home, being at home, and really being in the moment, and the same at work.
We would all be a lot better off if we could learn to do that.
Yes.
How do we learn to do that?
Well, one of the things I would, is just kind of being mindful, taking and being aware of when you're in the moment, like, currently, what are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? What are you tasting? And what are you feeling? And making yourself aware of that and trying to do it 3 times a day, trying to be mindful all the time. Most people, very few people are probably ever mindful all the time. But if you can practice it at least once or twice a day, you'll get better at it.
Well, it does make sense.
Yes.
And really, like you said, 2 or 3 times a day, stop and catch yourself. It would probably make a difference.
Well, yeah, and it can be when you're eating food, what am I eating? What are the smells? What are the tastes? It can be, when you're driving down the road, being mindful of what's going on in the moment. Because you're driving down the road and you're so focused on everything else, sometimes you forget, what you're supposed to be doing. Where are you headed? What's what's the next person doing? So
where is the next deer going to come
Yeah.
from? Yes, exactly. But you say you utilize some techniques in your programs that can help do these. Some of it involves breathing.
Yeah, one of the ones that we do with consumers is to teach them how to do mindful breathing. One of the things I've also had consumers do is just to give them the printout of it and read it into their phone. And so they can then listen to that recording and practice it themselves
So what are you doing? You are trying to calm yourself?
Calm yourself, yeah. Just being aware of, again, what are you feeling at that moment? Because a lot of us, we tend to check out because we don't feel comfortable with what we're feeling at the moment. If you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're hurt, you're going to check out because you don't want to feel those emotions.
Wow. I've learned a lot already today. I know, exactly right. We're talking, we hear about seasonal depression. A lot of that is based around the holidays.
Yes.
But, maybe for some people that diminishes quickly, but for other people that continues on, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, and it depends, some people have regular depression along with seasonal depression. So during this, like today, people with seasonal depression, this is a horrible day for people because it's cold out, it's rainy, it's a miserable day, a lot of people would say, and a lot of people feel that way because it's that way outside.
And really the weather does have a lot to do with our emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all probably woke up, a lot of us today, and it's like we look outside and it's like, bleh.
I'd rather just stay in bed.
Yeah. Adam and I actually just said that. As opposed to the sunshine, and sunshine plays a lot with it, doesn't it?
And sunshine has our body create vitamin D, which is what a lot of people are, especially in this part of the country, are deficient in, because vitamin D helps with depression. It helps fight it.
Okay. You, over the 9 years, you have dealt with a lot, haven't you?
Yes.
I mean, there have been, and probably no cases is quite the same, is it?
No, there's similarities between them. Even when you're talking about people with depression looks different in everyone. And so everybody's case is different.
Okay. Any tips, just in closing, we've got less than a minute, that can help our outlook?
One of the things I've been doing is affirmations. So telling yourself, what is it you need to hear? One of my favorite ones is, I can choose how I feel, and today I choose to feel happy. And so, you can get apps on your phone that you can download. I have consumers that download an app 5 times a day of the different things they want to hear. Instead of those negative voices, the positive things that we want to hear in our life.
And life is really all about choices.
Yes.
It's basically what we choose for ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've been talking with Alicia Amato, the Director of People to People. If somebody wants to find out more or see about services you provide, how can they do that?
They can give us a call at 740-432-1800. They can stop at our office, which is located at 1200 East Wheeling Avenue. We also have a Facebook page, and we also have a website.
All right, Alicia, good to see you.
You too.
Happy New Year's, and
Thank
thanks
you
for coming on the show.
You also.
Back with more Talk of the Town right after this.
We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.
Bundy Law Funeral Home, locally owned since 1924, has earned the confidence of families they serve in the area. They provide quality service to the area every day and understand at the time of need you want to find comfort in dealing with folks that know you and honors your faith and customs. You'll get straightforward answers on prices, services, and pre-planning. You'll find they offer a variety of options to personalize your funeral service. See Chris Gibson, Jim Law, or Jacob Coe at Bundy Law Funeral Home.
Your one-stop shop for all things computer-related is ABC Technical Services. Whether it's designing a new website, website maintenance, PC repair, or over-the-phone tech support, ABC Technical Services has you covered. ABC Technical Services can set up a new network, install the latest antivirus software, and they even offer full video production and editing services too. Give them a call at 740-432-5605 or visit them online at abctechnicalservices.com. A name you know, a name you trust. ABC Technical Services. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success.
Check out Talk of the Town on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Talk of the Town Show and stay up to date.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town, coming to you as always from U.S. Bank Studio in beautiful downtown Cambridge. Well, I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Dominic Crock, who is the Director of Rehab Services at Southeastern Med. We talked about all the rehab services that are available through Southeastern Med, and also talked about a brand new location. Here's what we found out. Dominic Crock joins me in the studio. He is the Director of Rehab Services for Southeastern Med. Always a pleasure to see you.
You too, Perry. Thanks for having me today.
And we were talking, you've been involved with rehab services for quite a few number of years now, haven't you?
I have. I've been at the hospital for almost 15 years, was hired in as a staff physical therapist, and have since had different administration roles, and now Director of Rehab Services.
Congratulations on that as well. Let's talk about rehab services. What all is involved with rehab services?
Well, today the specific services, I believe last time I was here we talked a lot about cardiac and pulmonary rehab. Today I wanted to talk about our occupational speech therapy as well as our physical therapy services. We just have an awesome staff, and I'm really excited to talk about them because they're amazing individuals. Each one has their own specialty that they own up with, as well as we work as a team in a collaboration attempt. And as we've slowly grown over the years, which has been a nice problem to have, we're able to add more of a teamwork, a team dynamic. For an example, we had somebody who's being seen for outpatient speech therapy services just last week. Our occupational therapist wanted to know how could we better serve the customer. So she's now seeing them at the hospital as well.
That's pretty awesome.
660 is our main location, and that is our anchor store, if you will, or our main campus. It is really where the bulk of our rehab services are, which includes our orthopedic and neurological care. That's really been our bread and butter, has been our orthopedics and then our neuro care. So if you had a total knee replacement, a rotator cuff repair, or if you had a stroke, a brain injury, unfortunately, people hit a lot of bumps in the road in life. We're able to help you out with some of those things. In addition, we have some great pediatric specialists, as well as our industrial rehab, where we have one or two individuals will go out to on-site services.
Oh, really? On-site?
On-site. They work in collaboration and in partnering with our sister department, WorkPro, and we have an individual, specifically Joe Ogle, will go out and work on site, look at somebody's ergonomics of the factory. A lot of the factories were built in the 50s around here, and back then they were built with the productivity and the machine in mind, not so much the effects on a worker's body for 20 years. So as that goes, the other part is we even work with clerical staff. Like at the hospital, anybody that has a request, we'll come out and take a look at their office station to give them the most ergonomic abilities to work and decrease the stress on their body.
Wow.
On top of that, we offer lymphedema therapy, which deals with swelling. Vestibular therapy, which is falls, balance, dizziness. That is 50% of people over the lifetime will have dizziness. We actually have one of our newer therapists, Miran Schwederman, is going to eventually become our newest vestibular. He's in the process of training with myself and Ryan McConkey, as we're currently the certified and the vestibular trained individuals, as well as he's going to be furthering our concussion program. So with a lot of high school athletics, concussions becoming a big issue over time.
Over the past several years that has come more to the forefront, hasn't it?
It is. And our athletic trainers are very well versed and educated. They service John Glenn, Rolling Hills, as well as Cambridge City Schools. But we also want to, we have a rehab program, but we want to further specify it to concussions. Our vestibular falls in line with that, but we want to make it even better to the student athlete.
Have most schools now developed or taken on the concussion protocol program?
They do.
They do? Okay.
We actually utilize impact testing and forgive me, I don't run that program, but every other year we'll do a baseline test, and if somebody has a concussion, we would bring them back in and test them for the schools we service as well.
Yeah.
On top of it, we have what we call a LEAP program, which is essentially our athletic trainer Joshua Knott or Kelly Haney in the main campus are both medical professionals who offer one-on-one personal training. So we take your medical diagnosis in mind, as well as try to tailor a personal training program, whether it's weight loss, strength, conditioning. We're able to do that as well. And then finally, our other service that we provide strictly as a service at the 660 location only at this point is we have what we call a plus program, where after you've been a patient with us, if you want to come in, you can utilize our equipment. The benefit of this program is a lot of people still have questions maybe a month or two after the rehab. Well, every one of our practitioners is so caring about their patients that if you have a question and you say, hey, Dominic, I just need you for a second, if you get a few minutes, we'll set time aside and sit down with you for 5 minutes and go through go through your issue if needed.
That's why you've seen growth. And speaking of growth, I see that you have a brand new location.
We do. Thank you for asking. In Caldwell, Ohio, we just opened up our third location.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We have our 660 and then at main campus in the cardiac rehab area, and now we're in the Caldwell area as well. We've looked at this opportunity off and on for several years. The timing was finally right for us. We are located in the old Balance Gym beside Dr. Starr's. Okay. And Dr. Starr was the first Superior Med, which is an affiliate of Southeastern Med's foray into Noble County. Well, our growth is to grow our rehab services. More importantly in that, we also want to grow our access to the community. One of the things we identified a long time ago for the hospital is people want easy access to services.
Oh yeah,
and Southeastern Med is bringing a hospital system to Noble County.
Oh,
on top of, we have Noble County people, and I'm really proud of it. We were beneficial, myself and another young lady by the name of Carol Paucus had worked in the community serving rehab there for more than 15 years. And she has now joined our team, as well as we have Bron Schwieterman, who will be down there, Alicia Scherf. And then to round off when people need vacations and other things, we have Jerica Seelock, who was previously Jerica Hessen, and Hannah Hall will be helping serve our clients there. So it's Noble County people taking care of Noble County, and that's on top of each one of us brings a different specialty, so we can bring as many services to the community as possible.
Less than a minute, you're going to have an open house to showcase this new facility.
Wednesday, January 25th, it'll be 2 to 6. So come on in, we'll have light refreshments. We'd love to show you the place, meet our staff, as well as just come and chat with us.
Yeah, and find out what you're all about.
Very much.
Financial aid is also possible, correct?
It is possible. It is based on income, but there is a possibility, and we handle all our insurance verification and questions in-house. So Stephanie Bond, who is also a Noble County person, will be there to be able to answer any questions as well.
Excellent. Congratulations again.
Thanks for your time, Perry.
Talking with Dominic Crock, Director of Rehab Services for Southeastern Med.
We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.
Learning Jungle on Main Street, formerly Main Street School Supply, is located in downtown Cambridge just west of the courthouse on Wheeling Avenue. They have a huge location full of educational resources and toys that teach, as well as entertain. They feature a large inventory of gifts for children of all ages, and you just have to check out their selection of stuffed animals, puppets, games, and much more. The Learning Jungle on Main Street, downtown Cambridge, has layaway for your convenience and is the area's only specialty toy store. A world of knowledge is waiting for you at their front door.
Bundy Law Funeral Home, locally owned since 1924, has earned the confidence of families they serve in the area. They provide quality service to the area every day and understand at the time of need you want to find comfort in dealing with folks that know you and honors your faith and customs. You'll get straightforward answers on prices, services, and pre-planning. You'll find they offer a variety of options to personalize your funeral service. See Chris Gibson, Jim Law, or Jacob Coe at Bundy Law Funeral Home.
That's going to do it for this edition of the show. Thank you so very much for watching, and thanks again to our guests for coming in, Charlotte Colley, Alicia Amato, and Dominic Crock. And how many years we've been doing this now? We're coming up on 4 years in March. We just want to say from Adam and I, which it's the two of us doing this, thank you so very much for tuning in, and thank you for watching. And if you're a guest on the show, thanks for coming in. Does that sound pretty good? For producer-director Adam Green, I'm Perry Bronich. We'll see you next time on Talk of the Town.
Your one-stop shop for all things computer-related is ABC Technical Services. Whether it's designing a new website, website maintenance, PC repair, or over-the-phone tech support, ABC Technical Services has you covered. ABC Technical Services can set up a new network, install the latest antivirus software, and they even offer full video production and editing services too. Give them a call at 740-432-5605 or visit them online at abctechnicalservices.com. A name you know, a name you trust. ABC Technical Services. Your sports authority in East Central Ohio is ESPN Cambridge, FM 107.9, AM 1270 on your radio dial. Featuring great programming like Mike and Mike, Dan Lebitard, Ohio State basketball, Reds baseball, Blue Jackets hockey, select NFL games, and college football and basketball. ESPN Cambridge is also your local sports authority too. Featuring local high school sports all year round with some viewable on cable TV 2 in Cambridge or streaming online at yourradioplace.com/YRPTV. Your home for sports is ESPN Cambridge, FM 107.9, AM 1270. U.S. Bank is the 5th largest bank in the country, and while being recognized nationally for their strength and stability, they continue to provide hometown service. At U.S. Bank, they provide a variety of products and services for your consumer and small business needs, such as free checking with internet banking, loans and lines of credit, and free financial planning services. At U.S. Bank, they're proud to support the growth and development of their communities by helping local business owners achieve success. You're watching Talk of the Town on Cambridge Cable TV 2 and in New Concord on Orbit TV 9.